I just completed my 2 weeks walking challenge, 15,000 walking challenge, and it was a wrap. It was successful. In this video, I want to share how it was, my experiences.
So I want to share the food I ate, how much I lost, how much I weighed at the beginning and the end, the challenges and
Towards the end of the video, I'm going to share how much I was able to lose, whether I lost or not, and all that. And I'm also going to share a bonus point of what I did. I tweaked my walking a little bit. So if you want to find out what I'm talking about, do keep watching. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ama Eugene. How was I able to get 15,000 steps? And when I say 15,000 steps, some days when after the whole stretching, I will check and I will discover that I've done like 16,000 steps, 18,000 steps, but most of the days I did 15,000 steps and nothing lower than that. What I did to be able to get this complete 15,000 steps, because that's a lot of steps, is a lot of work. For me, it takes me like roughly 2 hours plus to do that. So what I do is I try to, first thing in the morning, for the days that I can, I get a very long walk. For example, I could try wake up in the morning, few minutes to 6 a.m., 5:30 a.m., as the case may be. um Take that step, maybe 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes, and get like 10,000, 8,000 steps thereabouts. Then come back and prepare for whatever I want to do, maybe for work or other things, you know. And that helps me because bulk of my steps is already done in the morning. So throughout the day, or maybe when I close from work, I can complete the rest, and it becomes easier because the bulk had happened in the morning. It was not easy for me because I had a lot of challenges. For one, this is raining season over here in Nigeria, but I thank God I had fair weather. So for the days that maybe in the morning it's already raining, I can't do that. I can't take that step in the morning. So I have to put in extra effort to do it in the evening or during work. For example, I take the staircase instead of taking the lift at the office. Then when I close from work, what I do at times is I pack my walking shoe and my working clothes, I change into it, then wear that, do my work around my office neighborhood, then come back. Or at times I just walk there to a particular distance that will make up the steps I'm looking for, or make me to get the complete step, then I can come back home. Do you get? So that's how I was able to gather my steps in a day. I did a lot of movement. And another thing I did, from instead of maybe I want to go and get something, instead of taking a transportation, or I just walk the distance, all this added up. But majority of the steps was conscious effort that I made in the morning. I think it was quite a few that I couldn't really get in, maybe 2 3 days that I couldn't, or 4 days that I couldn't get the long, maybe 10,000 or 8,000 or at times 11,000 steps in the morning before my day starts off. You might want to ask, how was my food? I'm not on any diet so far. I made it stated it from day one that I don't want to go on any restrictive diet like keto or whatever. I don't want to be restrictive on myself. These 2 weeks is the same thing, nothing changed. I ate whatever I wanted, healthy. My meals were like 98% or 95% whole food, healthy. There was no junk, there was no something I'm not supposed to eat, apart from a day that I took a can of malt because we had a gathering somewhere in the office celebrating. So I just took that. But apart from that, all my food were home cooked meals. I made it at those. I didn't eat out. I made my meals. I prioritized my protein. I had a lot of protein. I made sure that my carbs that I took were whole. There was no junk. There were no ultra processed meal. I think I had my rice, my potato, then I had my cocoyam, which in other words we call taro. Okay, so these are basically the carbohydrates I had. Then I had my proteins, the legumes. I had a lot of beans, a lot of eggs, a lot of eggs, a lot of eggs, a lot of eggs. Then I had a lot of chicken as well. Then I had a lot of vegetables, my green leafy vegetable, fluted pumpkin leaves, what we call green leaf over here. I make sure that every day I incorporate this into my meal, and it helped me to keep me fuller. And with that, I also made sure I did intermittent fasting. I did out of the 14 days, I think I would say that I did like 9, 16, 16-8 protocol. I did one or two 24 protocol, then maybe two 14, is it 14-8 protocol of I mean 14-10 protocol. So I made sure I I was hydrated. I was very, very hydrated. I took a lot of liquids. And another thing I did a lot of, which I just enjoyed it, I don't know if it really have any effect, is I had my lemon water. I just enjoy it with my sea salt, especially when I'm back from work in the evening. I just make sure get my hot water and make and retire with it, take it, then go to bed. These are what I did in terms of food. Um, and I took my tea, my herbal tea. I'm a lover of, in fact, I'm a sucker for tea. I love my teas. My different kind of tea, cinnamon tea, fennel tea, just name it. I love tea. So I experiment with a lot of teas, my soursop leaves tea, so many kind of tea, rosemary tea, all this kind of tea. So I just, and also my green tea, of course. So I make sure I had a lot of that. So that's it for my food and the liquid that I took. So how was the experience on my body generally? My body felt it. You know, when you are not used to something. Yes, I normally walk 10,000 steps basically. Then some days 12,000 steps, 12,000 steps, but I've never, it's been a like months or even up to 1 year that I did 15,000 steps. And to do it consistently for 14 days, yes, my body felt it. My body was challenged and my body was so much under pressure. But one thing is, I enjoyed it. The body enjoyed, when the body is, when you are thirsty and you're having water, the way you are gulping and soaking it in, that was how my body was just going and going. I, for one, did not regret it. I didn't break down. And another thing I make sure is that when I work for a while and I'm tired, I just maybe stand for a few minutes or sit for a few minutes and just take few seconds. It was not a do or die affair. Then I keep on going. Another thing is that it impacted is my sleep. Oh my God. Do you know that I've not had this quality of sleep in, I can't remember when. The first, especially the first day after that walk, when I came back, had my bag, and laid down, Jesus, my sleep was deep. When you wake up, because before this work, I usually get tired, I'm lethargic, I feel as if I'm carrying a lot of, I just feel sluggish. The sleep, even when I sleep and wake up, I don't feel refreshed. The tiredness continues, the fatigue continues. But after this work, as I did continue this work, I noticed my sleep quality was deep. I could I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to put, but the sleep was deep. I enjoyed my sleep. When I wake up, I'm so refreshed. My brain fog that I do have reduced to the barest me. I had a lot of clarity. So that is one thing this work did for me. My health was, I normally had this joint pain that I was even being skeptical about my knee pain. If can I, or will it get triggered, or will it worsen? But let me shock you. Do you know, all through these 2 weeks, I noticed that this pain was like 5 or 10% from 100. I can't explain the science behind it. I can't explain the mathematics behind it. So if you know why this happened, drop it in the comment below. Tell me. But what I'm trying to say is in a nutshell is that this work was the best decision I ever made in the month of June. It was so worth it. If you are considering or you are doubting or maybe you are still thinking, what should I or should I not, I encourage you to do that. To do that. Walking is so underrated. Walking is so underrated. And after all the walks and everything, all through, if I take it in the morning, all through the day, my body is so, when you are so happy, let me use this our balance here. My body they sweet me, the body will just dey sweet me, they sweet me, they sweet me. Do you get? I don't really know how to explain this, but that's basically what happened. My body was happy. I could feel all the organs, everything bubbling, everything. There was no drama. My mood was super high. So these are the non-scale victories I had about my weight loss. So if you've watched up to this point, welcome back to my channel or welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by and for watching this video. Please consider subscribing, leave me a comment, like, encourage me. I'm sharing my weight loss journey so far. You can ask me a question or questions as the case may be based on this my journey so far or based on this work that I just did, and I will try as much as possible to give you a feedback and give you an answer. We have come to the end or towards the end. I promise to share a tip. You know, we are used to the normal work. We are used to the normal work, but I did a little bit of something to my work. I added weighted backpack. I don't have a weighted vest. So I was like thinking, what will I do for my body to be challenged and for my body to feel that this is no longer, it's not game as usual. And I decided to add a weighted backpack. So I carried 7 kg, I carried 8 kg, and I carried 10 kg. Out of the 14 days steps or the 14 days I did this work, I think, let me say, 6 or 7 of it I did it weighted. So I tried to do 2 days normal work, then I'll incorporate 1 day of serious weighted backpack. As you can see, I'll put it in this video by the side for you to see. And let me tell you, now I understand why they say we should try to lift weight, especially when you are like advancing in age and all that. My body felt the impact. I could just feel that something is going on in my system. Each days I carry this thing. The normal days it was fine, yes, but the days I carry this weight, all my body will feel, you can feel the bones cracking and all that. And when I sleep, this deepness I am talking about, on those days that I carry this, the deepness of my sleep is 1000%. 1000%. And I've made up my mind to like try as much as possible, maybe not necessarily every day, but just to try and incorporate carrying my backpack once in a while, even if it's 2 times a week or once a week, to make sure I get in some weight carrying over this long distance. Another thing that I noticed is that my craving, I expected to be hungry, but I was not. Like I expected to be extra hungry because of the step. Of course, it's a long walk, a long walk of more than 2 hours. I expected to be hungry, but I was not. I was not. I just had my normal meals and I'm okay. That super hunger I expected to get, I didn't get it. So I believe my body was burning fat and my body was eating up the fat in quote. So these are my experiences. Somebody might say, okay, all right, how much did you lose? How much did you drop? 2 weeks is not 2 months, and 2 weeks is not 2 years. And I, for one, I've always stated it as I am not really after that drastic weight loss. That's why I decided not to restrict my diet, just to take it slow and steady. Yes, I'll appreciate it if I lose a bit more or lose faster, but I don't want to. I'm enjoying my journey. I'm being me, and I don't want to break down doing one thing or the other to straighten my body. So I'm taking it slow. So when I started as 98.8 kilograms. That was what I weighed on the first day. That is 217.36 pounds. And at the end of these 2 weeks, I weighed 97.2 kgs. In pounds, is going to be 213.8 kgs. So what I lost in these 2 weeks is 1.6 kg. This is the fastest I have lost in this my weight loss journey. And when you convert it to pounds, I lost 3.5 pounds in 2 weeks. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I deserve an applause, I think. So if you ask me, I think this my weighted work I did contributed to this. I didn't really measure all my bodies, but I measured my abdomen, my tummy. Is that what we call the waist? Yes. And I noticed at the end of these 2 weeks, I lost 1 inch. That is a big deal for me. I was so happy when I took my tape round and I'm like, wow. So I lost an inch. I just wanted to add that. Okay. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking out your time to watch. Leave me a comment, go back to my old videos, watch and come back and tell me, do you think I'm making a lot of difference or not? I'll soon share my progress pictures. Thank you and God bless you.